Hey everyone. Hey Neon Gray 101. Hey, I've this is my first social commentary here. Mostly I do mostly gaming and technology on my channel, which I will be expanding upon it. But I know I won't be doing as much social commentary here on my channel. But if it does grow big, I will post. If it does well on it, I will continue doing social commentary like this. But who knows if anyone is going to see it or not. Anyways, now I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about what's going on in the state of YouTube and what's happening right there too. And that's where I am pretty worried where YouTube as a platform where it's going. And I've been using YouTube since 2007, and I think earlier than that, like 2006 when I was younger. But my gosh, it's been a long time. And I could tell you that for me, looking at the site, they've done a lot of good things as far as how they started with the platform. A lot of things have changed, a lot of improvements have been done with the platform. But I would say that it all comes down to it's just gone from good to worse. Basically, I'd say. Now, for me, where I think a few months ago that everyone they had their channel demonetized it, and now a few day now a few days ago they are now YouTube's blog. Now that's been announced that they're gonna implement an algorithm, pretty much a special algorithm that's been mentioned on the blog. That noted that they're gonna look into things for anyone that's looking into anyone that's saying anything that's criticizing this or criticizing like a religion or for political alignments, things like that matter too. And for me, I don't ever talk about politics in general, which to me I don't ever cross that line. And I know my channel, I like to see positive things on the channel, hopefully. And don't like to tread into dark waters right there too. So and now the organization that YouTube is now bringing in is let me go and read it on my screen right here since I don't have it in my head. I know one of them is okay. There we go. One of them is Anti-Defamation League, and no hate speech movement, and the third one is the Institute for Strategic League, which that right there is those now those three non-government organizations. That's an organization that they now YouTube is going to use, and this is worrisome right there too, which I know which a few years ago everybody didn't have to worry um, about free speech issues, and now since now I've been on the platform for a while and looking into political commentary, which I like to watch political commentary on YouTube all the time right there too. And one of my favorites, I have to say, his name is Sticks Henson Hammer 666. Really great guy. I love his perspective on politics, and I like I like everything he places on his channel. Really cool guy. Um, just a really cool guy to listen to in general too, and especially his views are very different from so many commentators. And if you like those stuff, I will go ahead and put the link on the video that he mentioned about YouTube, and that's what I'm going to talk about right there, which I am talking about right now. But now down on his source, on right on his video, he had the link pretty much was a link of Engadgets, which pretty much reported about this which I'm getting the source out of right there too. Now, um, now I gotta say is, and now my personal perspective on this is that I've never had an issue with it since I never have used the platform as often as a lot of a lot of creators. But I know that they're getting hit real hard on it. And for me, if I ever cross down that road, if I ever end up talking about controversial or hate speech, which whatever the hell that is, and to me, I always believe in the freedom to say whatever the hell it is. And even though yes, you have a bunch of assholes that say stupid shit, but I believe that people do have the right to say it, even though you cannot always agree with it, you know. And I know that in YouTube's terms of service, it doesn't say anything about hate speech. But however, Google is paying those non-government organizations to uh, pretty much uh, pretty much get those organizations with them, and so that way they can just track anyone that says anything very says anything that's negative, even though that the organization says that it's going to do is track down any terrorism, which to me I don't like any platform that supports any terrorist threats, which to me I completely support that right there, that I don't like the any terrorist groups putting just putting themselves out there and doing that. For me, like I just don't like that too, because I can see that can be very controversial and anybody can see that too. But however, now to the side of the point is that why would you want to implement things that, you know, like hate speech violations, which sounds very vague, and it's something that you hear stuff like this on like on the EU, and especially like things that are going on in the UK where they have hate speech laws there, hate speech laws, and that's where it's it boggles you, because it's like um how can this be any worse? You know, like, are we gonna be like the UK with its hate speech laws? But again, I don't know. It's and going back where I can point out is this is I would do not want to leave the platform altogether and then leave. No, no, no. I do like, however, to see positive changes. Instead of having this, I do not want YouTube to implement anything that's considered hate speech, you know, which is thinking, well, what's this though? Because I know anyone that does any journalism, important journalism, and I know a lot of independent journalists, the journalists out there, they are putting their voices out there, and news that we do not hear on the legacy media, which to me I don't ever see it. That's one thing I like to point out is I don't see that on television, and I say, hey, we definitely need alternative voices on YouTube, and that's why too. It's also I see this very threatening, and also if I had videos, if for me if I had a video that was flagged for some reason, and it's like, oh hey, your video contains hate speech. I'm like, how? You know, I and that's why I'm not going to leave YouTube as of yet. But I am going to stay and see where this goes, because I know that the algorithm is not going to be implemented just as yet, not as of yet. But I'm gonna I'm gonna stay there, and if anything happens to my channel or if anything affects it, I know there's been plenty of censorship with so many uh, on people on the right, and for me, I know it may not affect me anyways because since I only do gaming and technology. But at this point, who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? And I've been wanting to get back on YouTube and get my channel growing. But it's just like now, since I'm seeing censorship happening, this is kind of be quite threatening, honestly, because I know like it's not gonna go very well for me to continue a platform that I've looked up on for years and years and years. And for me, it's like, well, why do I want to continue using YouTube? And I can just go ahead and leave YouTube altogether and use another platform like Vimeo, Dailymotion, or VidMe. I could use those platforms, and I know that YouTube, it's a great example, and I can still continue using that platform right there, and continue on right there too if I wanted to. But for me, if I see YouTube continuing down this road right here, that it won't longer be a bastion of free speech, and anybody can say what they want. And after all this time, we haven't seen any of this censorship. It's like 1984, so why do we need this? Just like why? And I won't leave as of yet. I will go ahead and still post videos on YouTube, and so that way I can go ahead and post stuff on gaming, technology, and continue on doing what I like right there too. But yeah, I'll let you guys know and give you more up to dates and things like that, and things of that matter too. So, but I'll still do my gaming on Twitch and post most of my videos upload it on YouTube, and that way you guys can see what you've missed on my live Twitch streams and all that and all those things too. And I will still use YouTube platform for live stream, and that way I can uh, simultaneously stream all at once, which I will still do. I will still do that, but when the time comes and when the algorithm is in place, then that's when I'll start to leave altogether right there too, and just so that way I won't continue using it, because if that's the case, if I continue using YouTube, all that's going to do is help Google and its traffic right there too. So to me, I don't want to contribute none of that anymore. So yeah.